Okay, and we are there. Dash back, dash whatever you want to say. Oh, why am I so little? This update is messing with me, guys. Give me a minute. Let me make myself big. Update the software, they say. It's gonna be fun, they say. And then I'm suffering because why would I ever beta test something before just hitting live? Hi, Goo Goo. Sorry, my dog's talking to me. Why? I don't like that it says top fans with purple in the corner. It makes me feel like this is connecting to my Twitch and not my YouTube. But I guess I really don't have a choice either way. It's just gonna be what it is. Hey guys, welcome to stream. I have not streamed in a hot minute. I probably won't stream for another hot minute more after. I'm busy with stuff in life. I want to make videos, but that's probably not really gonna happen until like November, New Year, if I get back into it at all. So, no one's here, no one cares. But I'm going to be moving at the end of October to a completely different state. I'm going to live with my mom because the job opportunities where I live currently aren't amazing. I kind of hate my current job. If you've been watching my shorts, I have been complaining about it a lot. Sorry to be a Debbie Downer for everyone, but that's just how I be. My dog's complaining right now, if that makes anyone feel better. But, yeah. So, I thought I was just gonna doodle today because I've kind of been on an art rut, but I love doing art. Art makes me happy. So I'm gonna draw Miuko because I was drawing... Shut up, please! She is doing a very whiny yawn because she wants me to pay attention to her. But I'm in the middle of something. I'm also actively paying attention to her. I'm scratching her shoulder and petting her head. And it's not enough. It's never enough for Wee Wee. Anyways. So I'm busy with that stuff. But I wanted to do some art, and I wanted to make myself do something. And I did recently draw Miuko. I'd say check out my Twitter if you want to see what it is. I'll probably show it later. I'm actually going to show it in a short. But I feel like as a short I shouldn't release on a, on a Sunday. Hi, Wendy. You're physically as close as possible right now, baby. She loves snuggles. I wish she would snuggle on my other side. That's kind of my fault. I set up her bed on this side because I could pet her with my non-dom hand, but she only ever lays on the dominant hand side, so I will have to ignore her once I start actually drawing. Wendy, settle in. Whenever I drink something, my model always looks so freaking pissed off. Down. Okay, well, that's what's gonna happen. I'm sorry. Sorry you feel that way. Miuko. So I say recently, it was a couple months ago, I drew character sheets for all of them, and I'm looking back on them, and I'm like, wow, I freaking hate these. As of the life of an artist, I can always improve, and that means that I never improve. But you know, you gotta start somewhere. So I guess I'm just I might redo those for my professional portfolio because my style and some of their designs have changed because that's always what happens. I need to just sit down and do them in mass, but I don't allow myself time to do that. Probably because I work 40 hours a week and I don't even make that much money. Yeah, I don't love my job. It's very obvious. But let's draw Miuko. Recently I noticed that in his official sheet, I nerfed his tail, and I get why I did it, but at the same time, like, I love the detailing on the tail. Obviously, for simplified reasons, get rid of it, but also, like, don't get rid of it. It's so good. But, as I was saying, I'm making a visual novel with him, so I wanted to create some sprites for that. This is actually a massive canvas for that. It's supposed to be half of the you know, overall dimensions. So this is 200% size. But that's because I realized if you want to get really detailed stuff in your art, you draw it really big and then you shrink it down. You don't draw it shrunken down. That's a pro tip. Oh, that's the fill bucket. And now I have that. I'll just undo this. Get out of that color to have a nice rusty red or something. And we just start droodling. I don't want to make the cutscene art. I just want to make like a basic sprite that I can then draw other expressions over, in theory. Maybe give him a couple different poses. I don't know. Because there's like several different ways and like theories and like how should you do this, blah blah blah, to make the most optimized visual novel. So I can either have like the same base pose with different expressions over it, which can make for some very funny things if you have you know, really weird really weird poses, and then you just have to be like, yes, this is them at their saddest moment, and they're in like the most weird, insane pose in the world. Also, if you don't vibe with this background sounds, I guess we can change it. I enjoy keyboard typing, but it's not for everyone, I suppose. But you guys have to let me know, okay? And you might say, well, what else would you play? I'll probably get like in trouble for playing any music, so I'll play any music, because that's what a live stream is for. It doesn't really matter unless you get struck midstream. Let's just draw Miuko. My handsome little evil man. I think it's funny that he's my favorite one to draw. Just because I've technically drawn him the most. Him and Angel have the most drawings, so I'm the most confident with them, even though I'm like, oh, Miuko, he's the worst character ever. Here's all his lore on why he's literally the worst. But then he's the only one I ever draw. And then because he's the only one I ever draw, he's the only one I'm good at drawing, so he's the only one I draw at like times 10. It's a vicious cycle, kids. Don't be like me. Draw your faves. Don't just draw them because they're easy. He looks wonky right now, don't worry. He's probably gonna look better later. I don't know. I hope he'll look better later. I always hope my art looks good, eventually. Usually later. Usually it doesn't, though. It's like, it's fine. It looks fine, okay? That's what it always is. But I want it to, like, look good, you know? And his mouth will be like here-ish. And then hairline. And then horns. I think if I remember right, the way they look front facing is they curve out a little bit before curving back in. It's a shortened perspective type thing. So this will actually feed into back here, which is going to be the top of the horn. Then question. Give me a second, I have to pull up his reference sheet. I'm pretty sure I remember what his eyes look like. However, I did not draw his eyes in the last piece I did of him, so I want to double check. My goodness. I'm sorry, I'm having a realization that I have subconsciously been changing his eye shape over time. He used to have super droopy eyes, which was, part of his, like, whole wolf in sheep's clothing type thing. But I've, over time, they're not, like, sharp necessarily, but I've sharpened them up definitely. They used to be way more downturned. Do I want to go back to the heyday of downturned eyes? That's a question. He can change any aspect of his body, so honestly I could just switch back and forth and have that be a conscious decision on his half, as long as I'm consistent enough about it. His eyes used to be something like this. I'm gonna sharper downturn here. Something more like that. Which, don't get me wrong, is a nice eye shape. But does it work with... He has much more aggressive eyebrows than he used to have. Which I think might actually only work with the upturned eyes. Because this one does make him look more pissed off, which he's not necessarily pissed off all the time. He's more relaxed and, like, confident. He has an air about him. So I think we should... Even though I love this... I might bring more of those under eyes back into the equation. That, like, super droopy bottoms. But I think I will keep this. I might add a little bit of a cant right there. You know? Strong that. I can then turn down here. Eyebrows are so weird because you have your base shape of them, but then they move literally so much based on, you know, your facial expressions, and like, how does that really affect it? I wouldn't know because eyebrows have never been a big part of my life. I've never gotten mine like sculpted or anything, so I just have whatever my natural is, and then on top of that they're also blonde, so they're not like super pigmented, which also doesn't help the sculpting. So I have no context of like how much anything this is going to be or other. A second. I'm gonna change it to 8-bit whatever. Royalty free, except it's never even royalty free. I have royalty fall music. Let's listen to whatever that was. I don't know why I was listening to it. This is Lo-Fi Autumn Vibes. Welcome to the Halloween Bakery. Lo-Fi hip-hop beats, no copyright music. We will see about that, won't we? Won't we, chat? We will see. He looks so angry. If you're curious what I'm drinking, by the way, it's Coke Zero. I think I made them too aggressive, his eyebrows. We'll fix that in post. Because I also didn't do a good job on his lips. They should be smoother. More cocked up. Oh, I know what's wrong. It's that he's bald. Don't get me wrong, the eyebrows are also, like I said, still a little bit too aggressive, along with his eyes so tilted on this one. Give me a second, I'm actually just gonna go in and edit that real quick. It's probably because I'm not actually looking at this like straight on. For some reason, don't ask me why, I don't know why I'm not. But even if I just add some of his frontal face framing, things like his heart right here, that's going to help a lot, I think. Well, let's pull up his reference sheets. I think that's all the... he like maybe has one or... he has a slight wisp on that side. Oh my gosh, my color balance on my monitors sucks so bad. I need to fix that, like, pronto. He has the heart, and then he has a thing right here to help further obscure that eye. For no reason. Don't ask why that eye is obscured. We don't need to ask about that. The answer is mystery, obviously. I think it said his chin is a little bit too square, actually. I think that's another thing that's off about him. He has more of a snatch jaw normally. So we'll fix that. So pointier chin. Erase this so his nose doesn't look as prominent. Oh gosh. Well, that one, he does have a low jaw. What am I doing wrong? It might also just be a day where I'm not really good at drawing. That happens a lot. Okay, let's give him his jaw back or whatever. Oh, I'm not on the screen. But I'm going to erase a lot of his facial lines. I do think this is too low of a tilt for him, personally. I do think this is making his face look a little bit too wide. Let's remove all of the outside forces first, so I can be a little bit less biased. His hair is sticking out way too much over here. And a little curl right here. Something more like that. Slight angle difference. And the thing that'll help most with this is probably giving him his facial tattoos. If that's even what they are. They are. Ish. Kind of. We'll get there when we get there. On what they exactly are. Does it have lore relevance? Who are you joking? Of course it has lore relevance, guys. Come on. It's Kit we're talking about here. Okay, that does look better. His lips still look a little weird, but I'm sure that's a me problem. Give him his beautiful heart horns. I have no idea where I got that mouth open from. That was cute. I'll probably have one bending right here. I know it's technically not how the horns would work, but it's how I'm doing the top ones anyway, so I don't care really, now that I've thought about it a little bit more. Should probably fix the tilt of these so they're more heart-ish. I think it's so interesting that I'm like giving all my characters like chokers or neck tattoos or whatever. And in real life, I hate things touching my neck. I don't even wear necklaces, even though that's technically more of like, I guess a chest thing because that's where the pendant would normally hit. But I wore a choker the other day. I'm like, ugh, this is horrible. It slays, but ugh, the feeling is awful. How could anyone stand this? I did get a lot of compliments on the choker, which is really funny because it's a $3 Halloween choker. But I guess that's just a good investment, so... I have no idea what I was doing on that hair diagram. So we'll just redo this side. I like what was going on with that side. Do not like what's going on this side. I think it's because I moved the hair spike more central. So first off, let's make that bigger than it was, since we have to have it expand over here. I would like to this is unimportant. His hair is not afro texture. So before anyone gets on my case about, that's not how you draw that hair. Yes it is. This is wavy texture. It is similar to what my model currently has. Also currently similar to what I have currently in my real life, which is short, wavy, almost curly. I guess it's in the 2 categories. So I would just like to say that officially his hair is not curly hair. So what I'm doing here is not me being like, I don't know how to draw curly hair, so I'm just gonna do this. I saw one person say that once. They were like, if someone has a character has an afro, how dare you do this? It makes it look bad. And I'm like, how do you know I've ever been drawing that? I haven't, because I avoid curly hair. I avoid drawing that when I can, unless I want to spend hours doing the curl method. Which, if you don't know what that is, I'm just gonna show you. I learned how to do this in a fashion book once. You basically will draw however you want the curl to go. So I guess I should draw a head for reference. Here's the head. Here's the face. And you want the hair to be... It's hard to draw. Yeah. The way to draw proper curls, unless you have like a brush or something, is... You'll have their head, and you'll have it sectioned out. And you'll section that out into whatever groups you see fit. So I'm just doing a grid. Grid is probably not how you'd actually do it. But then you'll look at each section. Well, that section doesn't exist on the human head. And you're like, okay, so I'm gonna draw whatever this one is. And I want this piece to go down, just straight down. So then you just draw a telephone cord, essentially. And this is just step 1. You do more than this, naturally. But you draw that for like all of the pieces. So like, oh, this one will also just go down here. This one will go here. These ones I want pulled back, so I'm gonna have more tension in them as they go here. And then they all curl out here. And then you go into each of those sections, block, you know, whatever the front loop is. And then you go in with the back loop to connect those. And that'll fill like an entire section. And you do the same thing for braids. But I'm never wanting to spend a lot of time on my artwork. I get mad when I do. So I avoid this when possible. I might give one character like 2 or 3 massive curl chunks. You're saying you don't have a grid on your head? I probably do, but I've never shaved my head to find out what that grid personally is. I've seen enough like super fancy fashion, you know, people doing very artistic braids to know that a grid does exist, but also apparently the center of your head is not necessarily the center of your face, and I don't want to think about that. Yeah, it was a helpful book, and it was like talking about how, you know, because there's different types of curls, you can either have a really tight telephone cord like that, and that's gonna have everything be really compact, or you can have a really loose one, where you're gonna have bigger gaps. So with the tight one, you're probably not gonna be able to have as much opportunity to like have these be really big, but you are gonna have them be really compact, which is nice. Meanwhile, this one, you can either have it be really big, so that they also don't have that much distance between them, or you could have it be more artful and have like, oh, this one goes here, but then we're gonna have like a little mini curl right here that follows the path of this same one to make it like, you know, a little bit messy. But like I said, I don't have the patience for that most of the time, so I'm just like, when in doubt, wavy hair, boys. Which is what Miuko's hair is. His hair is wavy and fluffy, at least in this current iteration. Because I ain't drawn no curls. I'll draw a little one right here, just for him. Where is he from? Hell. So I don't really ever think too heavily about race, because most of my stories that I write take place in America, which, so for me, I don't believe in like, not I don't believe, but it's very rare, I guess, for me to be like, oh, this person is 100% Nigerian, this person's 100% German, because everyone I knew growing up is like, oh, I'm like a fourth Polish, but honestly I look more German, which I'm half from my dad's side, and all that stuff. So I guess the closest race I would put him would be like Southeast Asian, specifically like India. However, it's not too important to me because I was just designing him based on feels instead of accuracy. Oh, here I am talking about race. He's an OC. I'm making a game for him, theoretically, if I ever actually get it done. But he's one of my original characters for, I'd say story, but I actually don't know if that's how I want to implement them. I don't know if I want to actually like make a story, if I want to animate with them. I'm kind of just playing with things for now. But I'm trying to make some game sprites for him. Give me a second, I'll pull up my thingy. Can I make a slideshow with them? I am super bad at OBS. Give me a second. I'm gonna see if I can make I can! Yes! Image slideshow. OC. Okay. We're gonna do that. We're gonna do this. It's gonna be automatic. We're gonna see if that's good enough speed. It might be too fast. Okay, image files, add files. So that's gonna be, we'll get the group shot first. Oh, do I have to add these one at a time? Boo, I gotta add these one at a time. I'm probably gonna add the same one 3 times because I forget. Add her. I drew these a couple months back, and I'm kind of embarrassed by them because I don't think they're very good anymore because I'm hard on myself. But I'm gonna show them anyways because they're my models that I got. Got Honey. We got, where's Sam's? That's old Sam's. I need new Sam's. Oh. I guess I don't know my alphabet. Miuko would be next, and then Richie, and then Sam's. And Sam's, I just gotta scroll all the way down for. Okay. Oh no, why is it huge? Give me a minute. You like Angel, the white-haired one? Okay, I've made them tinier. It's in front of me. Okay, this is a little fast, actually. So give me a minute. Let me go back into the properties. Let's just do, like, I don't know, 4 seconds? Oh, it only does milliseconds? Wow, 5,000 then. Okay, this is the group shot. And this is Angel. She was technically the first one I made for a completely different project, and then I repurposed her. This is Honey. She's the newest one I made. I had her in theory, I just never drew her. This is Miuko, the one we're drawing now. This is Richie. He's Angel's boyfriend, but also not. It's great. It's beautiful. And this is Sam's. I think I kind of just made him as a joke, but I love him, and so does one of my friends. So that's his purpose in life now, is just to kind of be there. He doesn't have a strong narrative appeal, but we love him regardless. But yeah, those are my characters. They all are streamers together. Their lives are miserable. This is just my story is not a happy story. Theoretically, I would shoehorn my VTuber in as well because it exists in the same universe, blah, blah, blah. We'll see if I ever do anything with it. In theory, I would love to make models of them. I don't know anything about voice mods, though, which I would kind of want. Yeah, Sam's... It's not Sam, it's Sam's with an S. Because I don't know why. I'm gonna blame Sans from Undertale on why I thought the S was so frickin' funny in it. Also because Sam's sounds like a dog name. Sam, I know people named Sam, but Sam's? That's a puppy. Yep, Sam's. S-A-M-S. His name is a plural. For no reason. Now there's an M. But I'm gonna blame Sans because his name probably came from I was originally gonna do a skeleton character who then became a ghoul character, that's Richie, and his best friend was gonna be a wolf who I wanted to make jokes that the only reason they were friends was because wolves like bones, like in Minecraft. And the skeleton character, as you can imagine, was inspired by Sans, one of the most prominent skeletons in the past, decade. And then Sam's came from it, and I was like, well, that sounds like a dog's name. Hi, Wendy. Wendy's my dog in real life, and she's asking for love right now. Love, 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 love. She doesn't like when I draw on my tablet because I don't pay attention to her. And by that, I mean she can't smuggle me because my tablet's at a computer, so I can't sit on the floor like I normally do, and it's so mean and harsh, and nothing's fair for Wendy. I love drinking on camera. Boop. But yeah, those are my characters. I have backstories for all of them. I just don't know what I want to do with them yet. Yay! So you know about Wendy, the literal best dog in the whole wide world. She's only wants all of my attention. And she's staring in my eyes and I stare into hers. And that's why my model went AFK for a second. Yeah, Wendy. My little Wendigoon. My little Wendy Go-Go campaign. Aw. You need ear scratches, girl. She needs them. Her life's so hard without them. Good girl. Oh, that's the good spot. She looks so tired right now because she's so squinty-eyed. Good girl, Wendy. One of my coworkers, I don't remember how he saw a picture of my dog. I must have shown it to him, and he was like, "Do you have a Great Dane?" And I was like, "No, I have a Labrador." I've got a Labradoodle. She looks more lab than doodle, though. And he was like, "Oh," because I was looking at a picture of her, and I was like, "Wow, that looks like such a small Great Dane. That would be perfect." And I was like, "Nope, not her breed at all." But she is perfect. Oh, she's a good dog. Oh, you're gonna sit on the side that it can pet you and do stuff? Wow. It's happening, guys. She's sitting on the side I want her to sit on. Wow, it's beautiful. Oh, go, Wendy. Wee go. Oh. Don't worry, we'll go somewhere in a little bit, I promise. I'll even ask. I'll get the permission. Have a good sleep. Thank you for tuning in. I'll probably head out soon anyways because Wendy wants to wrestle Cleo in the dirt. Aw, poor baby. Hope my phone actually notifies me when they text back. They did not notify me the other day, but it was fine. But it could have not been fine. Good girl, Wendy. Wendy, you didn't eat breakfast. Can you go eat breakfast? Please? She won't eat breakfast. She's a diva. Why am I drawing crooked? Because I definitely am. Same thing happened with his eyes. Okay, I'll pet her for you. I'll try and stream again, but I'm moving at the end of the month, so like, I got stuff on my plate that I don't want. I got a whole bunch of green bean casserole and not enough turkey. What even is that saying? Me too. I have both a lot of stuff to clean and not a lot of stuff to clean. It kind of just, I need to pack it away. But also I can't pack it away because it's still a month away. So like, yeah. Have a good night. Why am I drawing crooked? What am I doing? Is my drawing tablet crooked? I have no idea. I'm definitely drawing one side of the body way lower than the other side, though. Balls. Balls? Why balls? I haven't drawn any yet. Hello, Night. Welcome to the stream. I'm drawing Miuko because I wanted to draw the animatic that I'm working on, and then I just couldn't draw, so now I'm just drawing Miuko. You're just a fan of balls? Yeah, I always forget you're such an athlete. You're always like talking about like baseball and like football and like soccer and like golf and like dodgeball. That's a pretty weird one. Pickleball, because you know, you're a millennial. I'm drawing sprites for Miuko's game that I haven't coded in like 2 weeks. Billiards, obviously. I mean, I know how you're always at the, you're always at the local, what is it? Local bowling alley bar detachment where you are the shark. You're the shark of the billiards table. Nothing like the sound of balls hitting one another furiously to get different holes. I keep drawing his body crooked, and I don't know why. No, this one's the one I want, and I wanted the lasso tool. There, that looks better. Am I too good at innuendos? Yeah, let's go with that. I'm sorry, I got distracted by my ear tracking. I forgot that I actually spent time on it, and thus it actually looks pretty decent. Because I normally just see it head on, so I don't see like the actual like tilting. Do you want to see my game thus far that I've coded? There's no art for it, it's just text. And Knight yelled at me, not Knight, Zoom yelled at me in a call, because Zoom was like, I can help you code, and then he was like, why are you so incompetent at coding? Thank you! I'm making a model for a friend, but I messed up his lips. I just forgot to do a layer, so I have to go back, and I'm afraid when I resend the thing, it's gonna be fucked up, and I'm gonna have to redo all my work. So I haven't done it. I sent him an update a couple of weeks ago, and then I was just like, I can't do this. The lips are so bad. Okay, we're gonna pause the fall music so I can read for Miuko. Okay, first I have to remember where it is. I think it's in programs, because I believe that's where I put Ren'Py, and Ren'Py saves within its own stuff. No, I have to launch Ren'Py, that's what it is. And then I'll be able to access it from there. I should move Ren'Py into my games, but I haven't. And I won't, probably. Okay. Launch project. I have not backed up my projects recently. Don't worry about it. Okay, window capture. We're gonna switch you to Python Miuko. Okay, we got this. Let's go. Oh my gosh, it's horribly sized because Photoshop is horribly sized. It doesn't really matter, actually, now I think about it, other than, well, I guess you want to be able to read what I wrote. You weirdo wanting to read. This is the basics I know in script writing. I refuse to look. My eyes, they're firmly shut. You own manga. Of course I want to read. You just want to look at their abs. I don't even know what manga you have. Okay, start. Oh yeah, this is the default whatever it is. I kind of want to go in and fix it, but I don't know how. The weather's a bit dreary today, which means it's the perfect day to try a new cafe that opened up last month. Except, I wish I invited someone to come with me. It seems like I'm the only single party here. As you look around, you happen to catch eyes with another patron you happen to miss upon first glance. No idea how you missed him between his large horns and even larger stature. And his outfit's a bit out of place considering a setting such as this. Then again, he doesn't feel out of place. He exudes the confidence and comfortability of a regular. No one else seems to be paying him any mind, at least. Wait, is he making his way towards you? Hey, cutie. You waiting on anyone? Or did you come here alone, too? And if so, would you care for some company? Which one should we do, chat? Chat, I say as it's just night. Night, I've given you a new name. Okay. Leave me alone. Alright. Sorry if it made you feel uncomfortable. I'll leave you alone. Hope you enjoy your coffee. Oh, and word of advice for next time you come here. You're sitting in view of their little photo shoot area. It's a great free-to-use spot, but you'll probably be pestered to move for people who want to get some shots for their social media. There's not a lot of traffic here today due to the weather, but it can get pretty busy on nice days. Hopefully you don't get too attached to that sheet. It's usually empty for a reason. He walked back to his previous spot, sitting down and pulling out his phone as he sipped his drink. He looked back to me, giving me a light smile from behind his cup before going back to whatever was on his phone. About half an hour later. You've been watching him this whole time. You tried to stop. To read the book you brought. To check your emails. Anything. But no matter what, your eyes keep being drawn to him. He would look up whenever anyone entered or exited the door, whenever anyone moved throughout the main room. Just a glance, slowly tracking them with his eyes. Aside from a conversation with a pair of siblings while they waited for their drinks, he didn't make any substantial noise or movements. He's making a call now. Even so, he's keeping his voice low, head bowed to further muffle his sound. He hangs up and stares outside. It's raining now. Hard. You'd hate to be caught up in a storm like that. Just then, a small yellow pickup truck parked in front of the cafe. Miuko stood up, stretched a bit, and headed to the entrance. That must be his ride. The driver's side opened, and a woman stepped out. She was beautiful, and she ran to hug him. He hugged her back and pet her hair for a bit, both of them getting soaked in the rain, before pulling away and ushering her back into the car. As soon as the car door closed behind him, you managed to look away. You could hear the truck start up and drive away. You hope she knew he's open to... You hope she knows he's open to talking to new people. And that's the end of that. You picked the instant end night. Okay. Let's skip back to this. I called it. You knew it was going to be the instant end. Miuko's a respectful man. If you tell him to leave you alone, he will. But you'll regret it. You'll live to regret your choice. I'll say I don't find company with strangers. You do regret your choice? Ouch. Now, is it strangers you're not a fan of, or just strange men? Either way, you're right. I tend to come on a bit strong. Sorry for that. Let me try again. My name's Miuko. I come here all the time, and I've never seen you here before. I notice you keep glancing around, and then seem to land on me for quite a bit. Not that I mind. I tend to get a bit of attention wherever I go. But what I want to know is if you'd mind sharing a table, and maybe your mind with me, if you feel so inclined. If you hit leave me alone again, I'll just bring you back to the path we already did. Sure, you can join me. Awesome. Let me grab my drink real quick. I want to give him more than a bit of my attention. Sorry, no, I'm not. On brand. He turns to head back to his previous seat to grab his stuff. I love the ominous thing. They have a mascot that they could have put, but instead it's just her haunting silhouette with the text Eileen Happy. They couldn't have any of their assets. It's just this ominous. You're able to get a better read on him as you watch him walk away. He's confident. His posture makes it very clear. Back straight, chest puffed, but not in a showboat or facade kind of way, just a natural dominance of his surroundings. His steps are even and slow, preferring to prowl around the shop opposed to rushing to sit with you. But he's not dallying. His path was direct, and he's already on his way back now. His drink is an unlabeled, hot paper-to-go cup. So, is this your first time? Huh? Your first time. Here, that is. It only opened up a month ago, and I don't think I've ever seen you around. Do you remember everyone you see in a coffee shop? Only the cute ones. But seriously, people tend to frequent the same coffee shop versus going to a whole bunch of different shops all over. Lets them build a relationship with the staff, ensures better service and whatnot. So my guess is this is either your first or second visit. Is that correct? Yeah, it is. I haven't had a chance to visit it yet, but I've been meaning to. Well, how you liking it so far? Think you'll come again? It's nice so far. As for if I'll come back or not, I guess that in part depends on if you'll be here or not. I'm not sure if that means you want me here or not. But hopefully, you'll come back regardless of me. They're still getting on their feet, but the staff's really nice, and they're getting better each day. That fox girl up there, her name's Sue. She sucks at making tea, but her lattes are to die for. Yeah, I threw my character in here, because she exists in the world. Also, I just wanted to insult. I don't know how to make tea. If you want good tea, you have to wait for Buck to come in. You'll be able to tell it's him from his antlers. He looks very much like a buck, and he's also a bit of a gossip, if you're into that. I can make tea from a tea bag, but I know that's not how, like, the fancy folk make tea. And I don't even know the first thing about chai, other than chai means tea. But I would argue chai tea, at least in America, is an important distinction, because if you just ask for tea, I'd be like, okay, what kind? There's green, there's black, there's oolong, chai, which is a mixture of spices. If you were expecting a nice traditional chai tea and I come over with a green tea, you'd be like, what is this? And I'm like, tea. You would hate me. Chai tea is TT. Exactly. And TT is a specific type of tea. That's what I'm saying. If you went and asked for chai, are you expecting a Earl Grey, or are you expecting a chai? Oh, hi, baby. She went back to my right side. I wasn't petting her hard enough. Alright, Buck, he's a gossip. Any of the staff can pour black coffee. If you want their best cup, try to catch Jade. She's the tiger chick that has a perpetual glare. She looks harsh, but she's just a little bit shy. Don't tell her I said that, though. Wow, you really know the staff here, huh? Like I said, I come here a lot. Good place to go when I need to get out of the house in the mornings. And then I haven't done anything past that. But the little bit that I do have, that's pretty cool, isn't it? I only got yelled at by Zoom, like, a lot. It was worth it. it was worth it every time. Always worth being yelled at to make something cool. We're gonna go to Photoshop. Make it bigger because Photoshop's all I ever play. Do-do-ba-dooby-dooby-dooba. I got more than just mad skills. I gotta be a tail and a veil. And say, he's Perry the platypus. I have brain rot, if you didn't know. It's a good start. And once I get the haunting Eileen Happy away with even just a still image of Miuko, I think it's gonna be even better. It's the same program as Doki Doki Literature Club. Knowing every Phineas and Ferb song is a blessing. I guess it must be in disguise. My coworker loves that my brain's a jukebox. She thinks it's so fun. Where the fuck is Perry? Oh, what's that, chat? What's that in the corner? Oh, wait, why is this not working? Why no draw? Oh, I have a thing. Give me a second. Oh, chat, what is it? What's that in the corner? What's that in the corner? In the spotlight, losing its religion. That's me in the corner, spotlight, losing my religion. That's me in the corner. What's that, chat? A platypus? Perry the platypus? Oh no, my model was covering it. Perry the platypus? Grr. What the fuck? Delete us. So the other day I was being like doomer and being like, I can't draw, my art horrible, blah blah blah, which is true. But I do think I've improved greatly. Just based off of Miuko looking straight in the camera. And this is just a sketch. So it's only gonna get worse from here, guys. But I was looking at the old one I had, and I was like, I think I've improved a little bit. Just a little bit as a treat. I've improved. His ribs aren't even. If his ribs aren't even, then he won't pass the symmetry test. It does. People are like, how do you fall asleep? And I'm like, I listen to music. And they're like, oh, like calm music? And I'm like, literally any music. If it's stuck on my brain, I'm looking it up. I don't care if it's metal. If that's what it takes, it's what it takes. I don't listen to Insane Clown Posse except for one song by them. And I'll just casually listen to it. Give me a second, let me look it up. Because I don't care if YouTube's like, hey, you use music? Okay. I listened to a Decor version, but it doesn't call that, it calls it Slowed Down. I originally heard it on, I think it was a Technoblade playlist, but I was just like, yeah, I like this. This song fricks, dude. Hey, where's the one I like? Oh, this one, and maybe they just changed the art for it. So I will listen to this at like 4 a.m. I will listen to this going to bed. Because it doesn't matter if it's stuck in my head, I need it out. So I'm just going to listen to it. I don't listen to music. That makes you sound weird, dude. will leave your head a bloody stone. This is just what I rock out to, casually. I listen to a lot of very conflicting music. But yeah, let me just say, if you're listening to music, I don't trust people who are like, I only listen to one kind of music. I don't trust you. You only listen to classical music? Weird. I'm a creature. I know I'm a creature. I tweeted that the other day. I was like, I really want to draw myself as a creature, and not in the cute way, because I was like pissed off last week. Yeah, you're crazy for a different reason, but I don't trust people who are like, I only listen to Taylor Swift, or whatever. I'm just like, seriously, there's so many things in this world. It's like the people who are like, this is my one aesthetic and I'll never break it. Like, yeah, you can be sad and beige all you want, but like, that's the only thing you want? It's the thing, and it's like, hey, give me a pizza with no sauce. With no sauce and no dough. Hey, give me a pizza with nothing. Nothing. But like, your life. That's how I feel. It does, but only classic music? Is macabre music classical though? That's what I'm saying. I don't know if I've heard that music before. I have heard macabre because we looked at art from it, because it was very popular when people were dying a lot. It is classical? I don't know. I remember that there's like, no, there's a difference. That's Rococo and that's Romance. That's romantical. And I'm like, there's a difference. They sound the same. And they're like, no, they're different. And I'm like, I'm sorry. But like, let me pull up my YouTube music so I can give a little mix of the songs I've been listening to recently. I have 9 to 5 by Dolly Parton. Listen to that. Yeah, screw the workforce. I listen to K-pop. Usually girl groups, but occasionally boy groups. I've been listening to the Ark and Toby by Madame Macabre on YouTube. If You Seek Amy by Britney Spears. 2 Days into College by Amy Cardi. I don't know if that's how you pronounce her name. It's British. Dear Maria, Count Me In. Classic by All Time Low. You'll Be Back. That's like the only Hamilton song I'll listen to. It's my favorite one. Don't Forget the Sun by Get Scared. Leave Luann, which is from the 35mm, which is a musical exhibition. So I think you can see that my tastes are a little blended. And that's the spice of life. And most don't like it, actually. Oh, also, don't forget the Jake Stauber and the Harpy Hairs. Those are also important to my mix. Oh, and Lion King, a cover of Be Prepared from The Lion King. I also have been rocking to that recently. It's only a couple weeks until I start listening to the song. We all know what the song is, right? I don't have to say which one it is. Just think about what's coming in a couple months and you'll figure it out. Stinky dog. Why is my model's default pose? I don't know why it is. It shouldn't be. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, I also listen to Mother a lot. Okay. You saying xylophone has reminded me of, I have to look it up. It's Worth It Kids. Is that what the guy's name is? It is Worth It Kid. Not worth it kids. Worth I Kids. The guy who does Big Top Burger, it reminds me of his video. Where is it? I think about it and I watch it yearly. I should watch Big Top Circus because there's been more added since I last watched it. Xylophone. It's a great short you should watch if you haven't already. Because it has to do with a rock band that accidentally attracts a concert for skeletons because they use a xylophone. It's haunting, it's beautiful, underrated instrument in rock music. Yeah. Give me a second. I want to see something with my model. I want to see if I can turn this on or not. I don't think I can, but I want to see if I can, you know? Model settings, hotkeys. And then they followed the didgeridoo. Now the didgeridoo will never fix it. We'll never survive that. No, I didn't export it right. Dang. I wanted to see if I could do the thing that I have. But I don't know. I didn't do it right. I have a mask for this model that it doesn't move. It's just a mask. It's unnerving. But I don't have it apparently. Shame. Sham. Shimmies. Hi, wee wee. Aw. Don't huff on me like that. Huff on me in a better way. No. You see, that one would make sense, but that goes to my character, Kit. This is not Kit, this is Sue, if you remember right. No, I just have a creepy mask that I drew. I might have a photo of it that I sent Zoom forever ago that I can pull up on stream. I just need to integrate it. I forgot to, like, transfer it over when I was doing shit. There's all the art I sent Zoom instead of paying attention to him teaching me how to code. Because why would I? I think I sent it to him at least. I sent it to either him or Infin. Just being like, hey, check it. Check me being a little weirdo. Why was I sending him Trafalgar Law? Oh, it's because I like to send him sexy men, and he usually doesn't respond. Because that's what friendship's for, you know? He said... I forgot. It's his fault. He sends me memes. He hasn't done it in a while, so I was like, man, I'm in the wrong for this. And now I'm looking and I'm like, no, we're both in the wrong. We're both freaks. Oh, here it is. Okay, it's just the, whatever. It's like the not at all animated at all, but I did have it animated to face turning. So get that out of here. Close Discord. I turned off OBS, didn't I? No, I didn't. What did I exit out of? Coding is just typing too, it's okay. Okay. We're going to... I have art here. So if we go to properties and we change it to the newest thing on here. Oh, manly. My little scrimble. Here it is. Okay, we'll do that. And then we'll do this. Make it actually fit on here. Okay, you ready for the jump scare of what my mask looks like? So I have that in a different program. I just never transferred it over. It moves with my head, if I remember right, but the lips don't move, the eyes don't blink. That's just what it is. It was based off of Maskey from Marble Hornets, which is why I did it, because I used to watch it. Sally has blue hair. Get your facts straight. But yeah. I meant to make it a hotkey so I could just randomly turn it on, and then people are like, hey, what the fuck? I'd be like, I don't know what you're talking about. It's just me. It's just cute little Kit. What are you guys talking about? And I'm gaslighting them. I'm actively gaslighting the audience. I don't think Game Theory ever finished their playthrough of Sally Face. I think they played Chapter 1, maybe Chapter 2, but I don't think they ever went through and did it all. Oh my gosh, Honkai Star Rail, he wears a mask that he wears around idiots, but he wore it when he was the only person in the room, which means he admits that he's an idiot. I like how I was talking about that before I even saw your second part. No, Sally's face is burnt off. That's why he wears it. It's a prosthetic. That's not important. Unrelated, if I get good at coding, do you want to hear my idea for a bad visual dating game? Oh. My idea for a bad visual dating sim would be... I'm laughing because it's so stupid. I don't know how much you know about Creepypastas Night, but if you know anything about the internet, I think you understand that it doesn't matter what this character looked like, he became sexy anime boy. So I thought it would be really fun to go through some of the most popular creepypasta, like, boys, and make them dating sim, but they're all women. Because that's what dating sims are to me, and I think that's debatably funnier. Remove it from the IP because I want to change their stories a little bit, but then also just they're all beautiful women. No, I'm not. I'm only showing Photoshop right now. I showed the mask, and that was it. I have no concept art of the visual dating stuff. I'll draw it. I'll draw a representation right over here for you. So it doesn't matter if this is what the thing looked like originally in its media. Let me draw it real quick. I don't know how to draw horror. Also, I don't know how to draw fast. Doesn't matter if that's what the thing looked like, with like blood dripping out of its mouth. It inevitably, once it reached fandom, would look like this. I have to draw an actual face for this instead of whatever those lines were. A little bit of a cheek. A little bit of a jaw. Give him a little button nose because, of course. That's what it always inevitably was. That's what it was. It doesn't matter how disfigured, disformed anything was. This is canon. This is what it became, and this is what it stays in my mind. Look, we'll give him a little blood splatter right here. That's the same thing. And yeah, this guy might have murdered 17 people in cold blood, ripping out their organs from their buttholes. However, he wouldn't do that to you because you're special and you saw, like, you're not like other girls, and like, he's not like other guys, and like, you guys are like, you're just like kind of quirky. And really, is murdering people that bad? Is it really that bad when you think about it? I don't think it is. I think you're being judgmental. Anyways, that's what it essentially... Exactly. That's essentially what the fandom is like. Like Slender Man, a creature who has literally no face, is as tall as a tree, and kidnaps children. Well, he's actually just like a dad when you think about it. When you think about it, Slender Man is just like a dad. And it's like really cute when you think about it. So he's like the dad of the group. And also, you know, just misunderstood when you think about it, so... Maybe you just need to think about it more, okay? That's sexual thunder, man. Get your facts straight. I'm actually really proud of that for like a quick drawing of a cute guy. It's actually pretty decent. The one on the left, of course. So my idea was to take some of the most popular ones, make them girls, change their story up a little bit better so they all fit together, because people make them fit together, but they always make it like post-transition. I want it to be pre-transition. I want to see these characters get worse. But I was gonna make them all chicks, and then have you be very, very mysterious, only for it to be revealed in the end that you are a psychotic killer, and you're the one who's like, great, now that you're mentally unwell, you want to become part of the creepy pasta family? Hey, just saw you murdered your mom over there. Want to move into a mansion in the woods with me and my 10 closest friends? But that was my idea for a really bad dating sim, if I get good enough at coding. I would like to release it next October. I'm just gonna keep that in the corner. I cover the cute one. We don't need context of whatever this thing is. Yeah, but I can't make it all in this spooky month because I got other things on my plate. Also, I don't know how to code. I got this spooky man on my plate. Wink. Give him his V. Or his grundle. Dang, and Twitter really doesn't care. Last Halloween, so sauce because an awesome cat came to my backyard and then I went outside. It was a black cat too. It was so blah. Oh, sorry, I dropped something. I got it. I met one black cat. That's not true. I've met one in my childhood, and that cat was evil. But the most recent black cat I met, such a sweetheart. I have a black dog, which is kind of like a black cat when you think about it. It's just a dog. And she's a sweetheart too, but she's also so sassy. Which also, now that I think about it, that black cat was real sassy too. It's because they know that they can blend in with the shadows. They have confidence. How do I strip it from them? How do I strip their free will? What's a default pose? I don't know. Let me look up all of the hot men from Date Everything. And that'll teach me how to draw. I have 2 cats. They're both interesting. Fascinating. Care to tell more on that? I've never played Date Everything. Have you played Date Everything yet, Knight? One's too hyper and one's so reserved. You have not? I feel like I should, because that's the hot thing online. Also Silksong is, but I feel like that is more hot in different communities. But everyone's just like, oh, like Date Everything. And I'm like, yeah, that game. I know that game. What I know about that game is that you can tell that it's not an Asian household because there's not a rice cooker. That was something I saw on Twitter, and it made me giggle. But, like, it's very interesting when you actually look at the appliances. You can almost guaranteedly pin down exactly, like, the location, just because there's so many different things that occur in different households. Wait, real? Well, I think it's funny, because I don't even think a rice cooker is, like, specifically Asian. But I guess that's biased coming from me. Because my dad had a rice cooker that we used a lot when I was growing up. So naturally, I don't have a rice cooker. I have an Instapot, which has a rice cooking function, but my brother has a rice cooker, and if I eventually am able to go off in the world on my own, I would also get a rice cooker, because then you can cook the meat in the Instapot and cook the rice in the rice cooker, and then you have both at the same time, and you don't have to wait or anything. Amazing, we got a rice cooker. Yeah, well, I'm saying that I think a rice cooker is normal, but then also I didn't know that you could cook rice without a rice cooker until college. So I'm probably very biased on being like, no, rice cooker's normal, they should have that. Oh! In my defense, on being like, I didn't know you could cook rice off of it, I did know that my roommate was cooking her rice incorrectly. I think she had microwave rice that she was cooking on the stove. I don't know, she turned out fine. It probably wasn't that big of a deal. I would like to clarify, she was cooking it in the bag. Of course I wash my rice. The only time I wouldn't would be if it was like a risotto where you really want the starch, but typically I want it, not very starchy, because I want to use it for things like fried rice or as a base for, sometimes I'll have rice and eggs in the morning. I don't wash it with soap, no. I just wash it with water, and then I say, why is this not cleaning? And I think it's because where I live, we have hard water, so it doesn't wash it as effectively. You're quizzing me on my knowledge of rice. Do you wash your rice? No, do you wash it with soap? Do you know someone who washes their rice with soap? I have to know now. It feels like you've asked someone before and they're like, duh, and I use 7 pumps. I've seen idiots actually not wash my rice. I've seen people not wash their rice before, but I've never seen someone wash it with soap. It feels like that should be something you can assumably not do, because rice as a grain will absorb things. I'm making I'm making that meme face of that old chocolate lab on the beach who's just squinting. I'm making that face IRL. Why would you wash it with soap? Look, I don't know much about cooking, but I know enough about cooking. And that's a no-no. What I know about cooking, here's a pro tip from me to y'all. One of my favorite, like, cheap meals would be... I hope she was rage baiting. I hope she was rage baiting. Look, I get it. I want to be a stay-at-home mom. I'd love to be a stay-at-home mom, but you don't, no. No. If you're worried about germs, first off, probably shouldn't be cooking with raw meat. Second off, the fire cooks the meat and it kills the germs. Oh no. What I know about cooking is if you want a cheap meal these days, because for some reason raw meat is so expensive, just buy a rotisserie chicken and rip that up. Just rip that baby up. You can use that for tacos, you can use that for pasta, and then take the bones, throw it in a pot with like some onions, some garlic, some salt, and let that all boil on a nice heat overnight, and then you got broth that you can then cook your rice in. And that's my pro tips. I normally use it for tacos that I also put rice in. I say tacos, they're not cultural tacos, obviously. But I put rice in it as an additional filler. So it's just tortilla, refried black beans, rice, shredded cheese, the chicken that I often put a seasoning on as well, and then a little bit of salsa. And that, very yummy. Very yummy. Probably would reheat better if I didn't just throw it in the microwave for 1 minute and pray that it works. But it's what's been bringing me through the work days. So good enough. And you know what they say, if it's good enough, it's good enough. Really weird. Have you ever heard of the guy she was interested in wasn't a guy at all? I have heard that tagline. I don't know if that's the right thing. I don't like these arms. I drew them and I hated them. What I saw it on was, it was a webtoons, I believe. And it was a girl who thought she knew this person for a long time. And she was like, OMG, can you come with me to this thing? And the person was like, well, yeah. And she was like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I asked her my question before the person could finish being like, yeah, but you know I'm a chick, right? I think the girl was like a tomboy with like short blonde hair was the one who was like, I'm a girl, you know that, right? And she didn't want to like break her friend's heart, but also she was into her friend, or blah, 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 but her friend thought she was a dude. It's called the green... Why is it called the green Yuri? In manga, they use green. Oh, interesting. I love seeing when there's like actual color in mangas, but also I kind of hate it because sometimes I'm like, you know, you're reading it and you have an idea of what everything looks like in your head, and then it goes to the next page and you're like, that shirt was not orange. Look at that, they do use green on the inside. That's that's a dream green if I've ever seen it. You think this person was a stan? I can't even get the joke out. I can't even get the joke out of he was a Dream George stan. What were they called? What was their stupid ship name? George? No. Greem? That was one of them. I don't think that was the good one, though. I have to look this up. What was Dream X George ship? Everything. The heat waves. You feeling them? Dream X George ship name. Dream not found. How could I forget that? It was easy. I forgot what George's name was. Oh my gosh. I kind of want to go back to those times, just because I feel like I could appreciate them so much more now than I did back then. Because back then I didn't know about it to the extent that it was. I just knew people liked it and, ship people. But man, to see it back in the heyday and being like, oh man, look at these people who are doing the embodiment of this, but for real life people. In the nicest way possible. I'm gonna do J Schlatt dirty real quick. In the nicest way possible. Doing him dirty. Here's a man. I heart and my boob. In the nicest way possible. Does he have a beard? I just feel like it goes like this. In the nicest way possible. This went into this. And the nice collar and tie. I just feel like I could appreciate this beautiful dichotomy way more. It is accurate. I didn't know what J Schlatt looked like until after he had left the MICT. So this is what I thought he looked like, and then these are the same. These are the fascinations of fandom. It goes from this to that, and then people's perception is only that. When this is reality. It's beautiful, is it not? And it's not even necessarily that people are ugly. That's why I said I was doing J Schlatt so dirty, and I mean this in the nicest way possible. But as a human, you're never gonna compare Like, even the prettiest people will not compare to anime of them because it's unrealistic. Like, I would dare say that Sue looks similar to me. She is based off of my appearance. However, it doesn't matter how I would do my makeup. It doesn't matter no matter what. I will not look like Sue. Sue can look like me. I can't look like her. Because I look human. She looks like a cartoon. I'm gonna just post this to the YouTube community tab. The duality. Creepypasta, Minecraft, what is next, guys? What is gonna be the next thing we have? The beautification of duality of fandoms. Canon. Fanon. What everyone associates. Fanon. Oh gosh. All on a beautiful drawing of Miuko. I covered both with nose drawings. Oh gosh, I'm so immature. I say that as I'm drawing a naked man, so like, yeah, of course I'm immature. I really like his face in this, but I don't know if I'm digging the body just because I don't know what pose to do for it. Maybe I'll sit on it. I don't know. I'll sit on it. I'm just joking. I'm just joking. I'll start drawing his legs. He'll probably be cut off around here, but I want to make sure I have enough stuff under it in case the lineup doesn't quite go right. I want less of a chance of what my model has. Because give me a second. If I go to my model, if I lift her up just a little bit, I meant to draw more of her legs and I never did. So I have to like, you can't see my skirt usually because I don't want you to see my lack of legs. So I want to make sure he has some. I'd say maybe it's good to put in the extra for safety. Yeah. Safety. No, my thing's not rotating. Oh, no, it's super rotating. Don't worry, we got it, guys. We got it, chat. I'm sure there's a like shortcut key to get the canvas like back to straight, but I don't know what it is. Well, anyway, since we're talking about Minecraft, let me put on a little song. A little song for the both of us. Where is it? Come on, baby. Here it is.
Make it 19, baby.
I just randomly found this song the other day and it threw me into the past so hard. I cracked a wall with my back. That's the only way to listen to this song as the remix. Like, I feel like I could appreciate this so much more if I just got yeeted back into time for it. What is this song?
George on the no shirt. Carl wants to send my ass to the moon, so I took a little pic with that shit on Zoom. I'll take a pic. Show me the nips. Bitch, I'll take the pic. Dream laugh like.
I'm pretty sure I set this as a no kids stream. I just spoke to Tommy in it. He said, give me a gosh darn minute. I'm a frickin' manhunt.
I paid Gogi $500. Got me on Skype.
Poggers.
I got a maid dressing up clean for free. Tell me what is here. Anybody see it? Anyone's gonna tell me. Stay safe out there, man. You're awesome. Hey George, post on your OnlyFans. God damn it. I just want one post where you are you don't even have to be naked. I just want the username to be George on board.
Hey, George, not found. Mix here. You know, can I just make that OnlyFans run?
Hey George, it's Austin Show. I really think you should make an OnlyFans.
It's so stupid. I love it. Oh. Okay, here's a question. I'm not saying that I'm ever gonna record covers, but if I did, how unethical or how ethical, how problematic? Let's do that. If I recorded Wilbur Soot songs because I liked the songs and I want to listen to it but not support him, would that be problematic because they were his originally? That's the question I'm asking. Probably very problematic, not gonna lie. So I just have to listen to the Miuko version. I like that I typed Miuko and it's Miuko, you can call me Miuko, because I didn't know what the song was called for a while. It's called Miuko. Miuko goes hard. Yeah, but they only got the one from her. Also, I have to re-look it up. Give me a second. Miuko. Not. Your new boyfriend, Miuko. If you're wondering why it's taking me so long, I had to re-look up what the song is because I forgot. Here it is. Your new boyfriend, but it's Miuko. Oh, my model froze. Oh, my neck just snapped, it's fine. Hello, welcome. Miuko is in Fortnite, that's true. Her and her boyfriend, not her boyfriend, her brother, whatever the Gorillaz guy is that has blue hair. He's her older brother, and her younger brother is boyfriend from Friday Night Funkin'. This is canon. I saw it in my dreams. gonna move him up a little bit. There we go. What, have you never seen that night? So someone made a Miku mod for Friday Night Funkin', and they were like, oh, it's just his big sister, because they're both blue-haired internet people who make music. But then people, Tootie from Gorillaz, they were like, oh, he's her older brother, because he's also a blue-haired internet guy who makes music. It's all joking. It's not, like, canon or anything. Obviously. One of them's British, and as we know, Miku hates British people. Knight, how do I know more random niche internet things than you? Feels like you're slacking on your homework. Why am I drawing his nips when I'm gonna cover it up? It's the spice of life. You're playing too many Hoyo games. Don't you know about Hoyo games? I'm joking. The beautiful men are more beautiful in fan art. I was gonna make a joke that Hoyo was just like the principles of fandom. No, if anything, I actually have one now that I've thought about it a little bit more. Hoyo, it's not as extreme as these, but it does have its variant. Let me zoom out so we can see the previous examples as well. It's an important lesson to learn. This is what fandom does to a guy. I'm not gonna do an actual character because I don't want you to judge me on how I draw a character. Yeah, actually getting like guiding lines for the before, crazy. Also, I like how all my characters are looking up into the sky. I'm gonna keep doing that with this one. A little teardrop or something here. Yeah, let's do the arched, the classic expression. And then he needs like a rose here or something. His hair sweeps up, but also down to frame his face beautifully. He's got like a braid here. Can never not have beautifully long flowing hair, but also 17 million layers. So, generic beautiful man with too many things. No, I thought of a way to make it funnier. Give me a second. Okay. How do I do this? But it didn't work. What the heck? I just made a second thing. Give me a second. It duplicated the entire document. I drew it on the wrong layer, dang. This joke's taking longer because I don't have my shortcuts from my other thing. This is so hard. Here it is. That's what Hoyo does. If you're not watching Night, it's the same image, but there's an additional label that just says bottom on it. The actual thing would be making masculine characters less masculine. But since I was drawing my own character, I thought this was way funnier. Nothing about this character changes, except we're just gonna be explicit in the fact that we think this. The duality of fandoms. It's a monster, it gets turned into a cute guy. It's a man, it gets turned into a handsome anime man. It's a handsome anime man, it gets turned into a bottom. This is my analysis of the world. Am I right? Am I wrong? That's up for the internet to decide, I guess. How many lines did I give him in his demon form? For real? Look, I'm not saying that this is canon. I'm just saying it's what I've personally observed about the world. Okay, he only has the 2, and then he has the hip tats, which would be about here-ish. Let's zoom up from there. We don't need to look at that because that's not important. Don't worry about it, I say, as you start seeing panic in my eyes. Don't worry about it, chat. It's okay. Be a little bit of nudity. His hip tats, they are. If I didn't draw them, I wouldn't know them, you know? What if he's gonna show a little bit of tummy? What if he's gonna have a little bit of a crop top action? I need to know what's going to be visible. Dude, I don't know what to do with these arms. I always leave arms for last because I hate drawing arms so much. Oh, hi Wendy. Slowly getting into my workspace. Goodbye, bye. I'm back. Dude, I texted my brother an hour ago and he's not responding. Why are they so mean to me? They're bullying me, Night. What is the song? Men, am I right? Checking my... Well, it's also his wife's fault. No one's responding to me. They're all bullying me together. They're just kicking me on the floor. I'm joking. Ha 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 ha. I'm so funny, aren't I? I went to my YouTube homepage because I was gonna try and find some songs to play, and guess what I saw? Sexy anime goat man schlatt. It's not even Minecraft though. It's him with Ted Nivison. So it's a Chuckle Sandwich. I'm sad they got rid of Chuckle Sandwich, but I'm gonna be honest, I hadn't been listening to it since Charlie left. He added a special little thing to it, you know? Wait, did you not know what Chuckle Sandwich was? It was a podcast he had with Ted Nivison and Charlie Slimesicle. And it was, let's just put it like that. But then Charlie left because he wanted to do a D&D podcast. And then Ted and Schlatt had the podcast for a while. But I think they uploaded, like, the last episode a couple months back. And, like, they had said, like, this is the last one we're gonna do. If you have ever heard me make the joke, or anyone make the joke, would you rather have bacon, unlimited bacon, but no games? Or would you rather have games, unlimited games, but no games? It is a reference to that podcast. It was something Schlatt would ask their guests because they caught lightning with a bottle, and they had a episode where they did controversial Reddit would you rathers. So Schlatt tried to come up with one at the end, and he said that, and they're like, do you think you said that right? And he was like, yeah, I think I said it right. Yeah, it was from that episode. It was like, Schlatt, do you have anything left you want to say? He's like, yeah, I got one. Okay, so you could have bacon, unlimited bacon, but no video games. I believe that was the actual one. It's gotten simplified over time. Or you could have video games, unlimited video games, but no games. And then they just started asking people when they came through which one they would rather have. And they would berate you either way. They'd be like, really? No games? You chose bacon over games? Or if you said the no games option, is that stupid? You don't even get anything from it. You don't even get games. Come on, you could at least get unlimited bacon. Because that's the kind of man Schlatt is. But also, have you... I'm gonna just go to Reddit right now. This was something I did with Finny a couple months back, where we just went to Reddit, and then we went to the Would You Rather. Oh, did it log me out on my computer? r/would you rather, and then you have to do /controversial because you can't sort it naturally anymore. But they can still be it. Come on, these ones are boring. Where's a good one? Because they have some really good ones that are just unhinged. Schlatt is too much. Yeah, you don't enjoy how he drinks titty milk? That's his flavor of energy drink or whatever. This one's not fair. This one's from Family Guy, I'm pretty sure. You don't enjoy it, that's fair. I'm sorry, I'm trying to find a really good controversial would you rather, but these ones kind of suck, not gonna lie. What? This one's not controversial, it's just superpowers, what the heck? The one I'm thinking of that was in that episode was, would you rather be any woman in history, like be turned into any woman in history or any lizard in history? I don't even think it was in history. I think they added that on themselves. Would you rather be a woman or a lizard? And they debated on it a long time because they ultimately decided it was a question of any lizard. So there was a chance you could be a dinosaur, but also by the same merit, you were going to be any woman. So there's a chance you could be a cave woman who's about to be eaten by a dinosaur. Also, there is no guarantee you would be a male lizard. They didn't bring that up, but that was something I noted. Lizards. Women don't lizards do have rights? Lizards don't have lotion. Can you imagine being dry all the time? And cold? That's so sad. And you can't enjoy capsaicin. Oh, come on, these ones are lame. Here's a good one. Get lotion and a blanket, gosh. A genie makes you an offer. He lets you see what a caveman and a T-Rex really looked like as they walked around, or $200 cash. Which one? Which one you picking? I feel like I'm gonna go with the $200 cash. I'm not too curious about that stuff, and there's no way that I would be able to be like, no guys, you don't understand. The caveman had a cell phone. They'd be like, okay, well, you're crazy. Because assuming it looks like it already does that we assume, okay, nothing gained, nothing lost. If there is something to gain, I can't record it. Only I can see this. There's no way for me to be like, guys, you wouldn't believe it. T-Rexes, they were covered in feathers and they flew in the sky. That's why they had little arms, because they had big wings. They'd be like, okay, this girl's crazy. She has no merit in the Paleolithical field. She is an art student, so clearly she's just like coming off of a fantasy game bender. Meanwhile, $200 cash? Hey, I could buy a sandwich with that. That's what I'm talking about. Those are the good controversial ones. All these other ones about like, oh, would you marry someone if they were fat or if they were diseased? That's boring. Who cares about that? That's lame. That's a good one. Also, the fact that it's a genie. I'm imagining you rub a lamp and you're gonna be like, I know what I'm gonna wish for, and he's like, I can only do I can do one of two things. We can't talk about anything else. Ooh, that is like 200 Arizona muchos mangoes, assuming no tax. Would you rather have the powers of a lamp or have the powers of a campfire? The lamp power makes you glow on and off, and you can control the brightness, but you're gonna be swarmed by moths. Campfire powers. You have pyrokinesis. You can light things on fire, but you need a constant supply of flammable fuel to stay alive. If you don't consume enough fuel, you're gonna die. In a paper of rock, paper, and scissors, which one would you live as? Honestly, rock. That's easy for me. They like paper, even if you cover the rock, you're gonna get all scratched up, or you're gonna get cut in half. If you're the scissors, yeah, you might cut something in half, but then you're gonna get smashed in by a freaking rock. Like, rock, worst case scenario, you get covered by a blanket, essentially. My nephew lays on me all the time. I am much taking that versus my nephew cannonballing into my stomach, which he also does. That would be rock to paper. Would you rather have a magical sword or a magical hammer? Oh, but if I was to be a campfire or a light, I'd probably be a lamp. Because as soon as the moths are by, I would just turn the lamp off because I can turn it off. Assumably they're only coming because of the light. You have the ability to see certain events that happened in the past. Would you rather use the power to see and solve unsolved murders, something that would be good for society, or see and explain unexplained supernatural sightings? There's a ghost in my house. The book flew off of it. No, your house is actually just infested by rats. I saw it knock the book off. Could you have not seen who killed my father? No, I couldn't do that. That wasn't a ghost. I couldn't do that. I like apple juice because I grew up in Washington. However, whatever chemicals they use to like preserve the apple juice makes me have a headache. So I'm gonna have to go with mango juice. It's not that mango juice is bad, it's just I'm more used to apple juice, but as I've gotten older, I've noticed it gives me a headache when I drink it, unless it's like fresh pressed. And that's so sad because I like apple juice. And like, people are like, oh, you're from Washington, you must love ciders. And I'm like, in theory, yeah. If I drink a cider, I'm going to get very aggressive because I'm going to have a bad headache. Would you rather be immune to emotional or physical pain? You think that emotional would be good until someone gives you horrible news and you're just like, oh, that's sad, but you feel nothing. Both ideally would suck though, because the whole point of physical pain is so you can like self-diagnose, oh, my leg hurts really bad when I try to stand on it. And then you go to the doctors and they're like, dude, this is effing shattered. And you're like, oh, probably shouldn't stand on it. I'm so sorry. But while you were away, the man came and he stabbed your dad and he stabbed your dog and he set the house on fire and your mother and your siblings were still inside and no one made it. Dang. Like, that would be so horrible. We've been dating for the past 5 years, but I found someone else, someone better than you. Honestly, you suck. You just constantly want to play Fortnite. And I say, come on, we're not even near. I made sure to go on this camping trip so there wouldn't be any Wi-Fi. Stop talking about Fortnite. And then you would bring out your travel Wi-Fi router just to play Fortnite, even though I brought you to the middle of the woods. So I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to break it off here. Okay. I understand. Epic enough to go through all the effort to play Fortnite on a isolated camping trip with your girlfriend where she definitely wasn't gonna murder you if you weren't playing Fortnite. You'll never understand. You'll never understand. Your girl was the one on the right, but you couldn't even appreciate her when she was on her left. Not a woman. Okay, so you're saying you'd rather be a lizard here. Joke's on you. You became a female monitor lizard in 1997. I appreciate her on her period. That's good enough. You know, that is good enough. That's more than most. Would you rather be rich or happy? I need to get off Reddit. It's a controversial would you rather. It's too stupid. Oh no, I don't need another nightmare Reddit to read through. I was already immersed in the kitchen incel Reddit. I can't know about more. I say as I continue to just flip through things. Okay, I'm off. I'm not looking at the internet anymore. I just feel like this is the pose that I want, but I don't know if I'll actually be able to draw it. Oh dang, it's almost 5:30. Well, that means it's time to take Wendy out on an adventure. She deserves it. It's her day after all. And by it's her day, I mean she always either gets to go see her cousin or she gets to go for a walk at the park. And her cousin's not responding to the text, so I guess I gotta go drive her to the park and take her for a walk before the sun goes down. Would you rather the ability to crack your knuckles whenever or crack your neck without problems? Cracking your neck too much can lead to migraines. Dude, I can already crack my knuckles whenever the frick I want. Usually more aggressively than I mean to. Once I was listening to a song on my headphones and there's a part where the guy gets like aggressive, so I jokingly went to crack my knuckles. I was listening through earbuds and they was just very loud. It was like all my knuckles at once and I was just like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to be that aggressive, everyone. I was just listening to a rap song. Well, I know how to crack my knuckles in 3 different ways, and then they're just very prone to cracking. I have very cracky joints. So I can do the all the way one, which is usually the least effective. I always make sure to pop my thumb joints as well. But then I can do the thumb joint pop on all the fingers, and then also pulling them out. They're pretty low on cracks right now because I'm not doing something that involves me typing a lot. If I'm typing or like pressing a lot of keys, it stores up a lot faster, but my shoulders crack a lot. Can my mic pick it up? No, I don't think my mic's picking it up, but I'm very crackly. But yeah, so I'm gonna have to head out because Wee Wee needs a walk. Yeah, no, my mic doesn't pick up all those nice in tissue sounds, but my roommates hated it. They're like, stop doing that. I'm like, but it feels good. And they're like, well, it doesn't sound good, stop doing that. Oh, I miss my friends. One of them doesn't talk to me anymore. Shitting and crying. Anyways, thank you so much for joining the stream. I will be posting this elsewhere for important reference later, so we all know the duality of fandoms. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. It's always great chatting with you, especially you, Knight. I see you in the DMs. I'll see you later. Oh, you got something else to say? Oh, I will. I'll give her a big kiss on the forehead and some ear scritchies just for you. Okay, have a great night. Thank you for watching.